We are live for the Power Chat series. It's the Suibukan Tsunami post show with our Power Ring winner, Cameron Close. Cameron, how are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Excited to have you on. So here we have you winning that Power Ring and this award here. Obviously performed really well at the tournament. Why don't you tell us how you did?
So I got first in traditional forms, and then I also won my fighting division. So then I won grands for fighting in the adult 18 plus grands, then also grands for traditional forms as well.
Awesome. And so I see here you represent Team Revolution,
Mhm.
also the Kumite Classic. So just tell me more about how the tournament went and how it was run.
Overall, it was ran very well. There's a ton of divisions for every age group and every rank. I believe every age group and rank had open forms, open weapons, traditional forms, traditional weapons, point fighting, continuous fighting. So, ton of divisions. It was great. We had a ton of different people there. Big, good mixture of locals and people that traveled from all around. We had representatives from Canada up there. We had some people from AKA in Illinois. They came in. So overall, Jenica drew a big crowd. Uh, for me, it went very well. A lot of my students, it went well as well. Um, Revolution also had a big showing there. Well, Revolution and our smaller team, Team Rebellion, we had a large number of people there. So,
That's great. And so this was in West Virginia, correct?
yep.
In the beautiful state of West Virginia. I've driven through there a couple of times, but I mean, we're hit right in the fall with that fall foliage. I'm sure it was gorgeous. Did you get a
Mhm.
chance to go around town, grab a bite near the tournament?
Not really. It was about an hour and 45-minute drive for us.
Mhm.
So we drove in that morning and then drove back after. But Jenica, her school's about an hour and a half from us. So I've even come down there, did seminars, taught lessons before. So I've been down there numerous times.
All in one day, so you were able to get in, get out. How nice is that?
It was great, especially because I had a really busy week. Century Martial Arts flew us out for a photo shoot in Oklahoma from Monday through Thursday. Then on Thursday, I picked up Joe and Colin from Team AKA at my airport. They stayed at my house. Then Saturday, we drove down there. So it was crazy busy. So it was nice to be able to get back home and sleep in my own bed right after
That's what I always look forward to after a tournament,
that.
sleeping in my own bed. But I mean, it also was a very busy weekend for you too, which I want to congratulate you. You passed your belt testing, right?
Yes. So I got my third dan or Sandan in Shotokan.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
And thank
Okay,
you.
so fighting and forms, you said. Tell me
Yep.
more about trading the two and just excelling at both.
So uh, Sensei Bill and Team Kumite, we've always been a big fighting school. Uh, through the days of like MBL and even early NASCA, we always had competitors that dominated. So fighting's always been part of us, and obviously we are a very traditional school as well. So trad forms has always had an influence in my life. But then when I think it was like 15 or 16, I broke my hand. So then I couldn't fight, but I could still do kata. And that's whenever I really started to get on board with training traditional katas, learning different styles. And then 3 years later, I broke my other hand. So
Oh
that
my
set me back
God.
again in fighting. So, but then again, I really picked up, well, the trad forms, and now I train under Ariel Torres as well, consistently every week since 2019. So he's has a huge influence in how I compete in trad forms. So it's hard to balance both because people kind of say pick one to really excel at, but I don't want to. So I consistently train both of those.
Yeah, if you don't want to, you just got to put the work in, and a lot
Mhm.
of people don't. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
You said you have two, I mean, you have students who competed there as well. Tell me more, give them a shout out how they did and just being able to watch some of those competitors.
So I had a number of students from Kumite. Then I had two kids from Suibukan there. We had Braden Fry, which is Jenica's son, and then also Caden. Oh, I can't remember his last name. Caden Vickers. He's I think 8. I was
Oh,
he's really
wow.
young, but so I've worked with him a number of times, and I believe he won all of his divisions, and Braden won grands and forms as well. So they did awesome as well.
Super cool. Okay. Tell me more about the judging, how you felt it went, and just like give an overall review of the tournament.
Overall, it was run pretty well, especially for having all, like I said, all those divisions. Judging was pretty consistent. They almost always had rings going. Obviously, there's times where there was a ring not running, but
Mhm.
there's also times where a ring finished early. So threw a bunch of other people or other divisions into that ring and got them done. So ran a little long, but again, we had a ton of divisions. So I think for starting around 10 o'clock, it did very well.
It looks like a nice facility too in there.
That was super nice. They had bleachers on both sides. There's a gym floor. I don't know what the building officially was, but then there's a nice stage to go get your awards. So I would I would like that venue for a lot of places.
Yeah, yeah, and it looks like it probably has some good air conditioning in there too.
Yeah,
And
it didn't get hot, that's for sure.
that's
You know,
always
some
nice.
tournaments get so hot and you're just like dying. I was
Yeah,
fine the entire time.
awesome. It's always nice when there's nothing to note about certain conditions. Either it's too cold and you're like, oh my God, I need to stay warm, or it's
Mm,
too hot and you feel like you're suffocating. So
yeah.
that timing is perfect. It's like the soup from the Bears, right
Yes.
to the rocks.
Yeah, the
Cool.
warm up, cool down. There was none of that.
Awesome. Great. Okay. All right. So is this the first time that you're going to this tournament that you've been?
It was. I can't remember where we were last year, but we were not able to make it. But Jenica supported Sensei Bill's Christmas Kumite and Summer Shiai. She does a great job of bringing a ton of competitors there, so we wanted to make sure to get down there, and especially having students and also teaching seminars down there, and also her being the captain of Team Rebellion, we had to make sure we went and supported her.
Yeah, we were talking about that. The captain of Team Rebellion, which is one of the newer developments in Team Revolution,
Mm.
really expanding into the sport, taking more people, more talent under your guys' wings. Let's talk a little bit more now about you as a martial artist and how it's been going for this season as we are getting the back quarter of it.
It's been very busy, and overall, it's been a pretty good year. And I've also expanded to do some WKF and NKF events as well, because been wanting to get into the traditional side of things, but they cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I was finally able to go to Vancouver for a Series A tournament in back in April. That was a great experience. I also went to the USA NKF Nationals in July. That was an experience for sure as well. Um, but then
Especially
next,
now that you train, I mean, I don't know how
mhm,
long you've been doing that, but with Ariel Torres weekly, I mean, it's a
mhm.
natural progression to go and do those tournaments.
Yeah, I've been with him. My first lesson with him was actually at Compete Nationals in 2019.
Wow.
Then that was we trained at least once a month, every other week. And then once COVID hit, I actually started training more because obviously we couldn't go compete. He couldn't go compete either because that was tough getting around his schedule, constantly traveling to a bunch of different countries. So then it got very consistent all throughout COVID. I think I kind of needed that, especially getting into traditional a little later than most people. So I definitely needed that, well, almost a year of just train, 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 train. And that definitely helped me there.
Yeah. And to see the hard work pay off really just on the mat with the awards, what's that feel like?
It's very rewarding. I'm not to where I want to be yet. Because my goal is to just be able to go into any tournament I get to and just dominate. Like I want to be that person where they see I'm there and like, oh no, Cam's here or something. It's like let's shoot for
Mm.
second. Not that people really think that, but it still is something that I want to get into. So
Yeah, I think people do think that, especially when there are those people who just dominate. You're like, dang, they're here. Okay, I really got to step up my game and really
mm.
run with them.
I mean, this entire summer I've also been training with a good friend, Caio de Silva. We've been training basically every week not training each other, but just training with each other
Yeah,
online.
you guys are like similar
So
ages, right?
yeah,
Ish.
yeah, he's in college. I just graduated college.
Very nice.
So
So
yeah,
this
so
you're staying super busy. So if you just graduated college, how are you managing, post grad life along with, obviously competition and staying teaching and things like that?
it's especially working because I graduated with a degree in cybersecurity. I don't have a job in that field yet, an internship, but I'm working actually with you just had Xander Eddy on here not that long ago. I'm
Yeah.
working for his dad doing construction and home improvement. So
Um,
I'm doing that from like seven
busy.
to three every day, coming to the dojo, teaching lessons, training. So it's nonstop, that's for sure. But it definitely
Wow.
works out because usually if they're going to a tournament, I'm also going to a tournament, so I don't miss work.
That's
So
funny. Yeah. That's so true, right? When perfect when your boss and their kid has the same exact kind of not exact, schedule. No
mm,
PTO you have to use, right?
exactly.
Very cool. Okay, so this is your first time coming here. I'm sure it's going to be put on great another year for
Mm.
the future. Any suggestions, things that you love, things that you wanted to see more or less of for this tournament from a competitor perspective?
There's no real plans about it. I mean, obviously, I want to see more people there, especially more bigger competitors because some games were kind of small in there,
Mhm.
and there were also a lot of
Hey, Cameron,
locals.
sorry, not to cut you off, but I think there's like some weird feedback. Do you hear it?
Do
Try.
a little bit.
Why don't you try? Do you have your AirPods case with you? If you could you take
Yes.
those off just for a second? Because I don't want to lose what you're saying here. Try
Is
again.
that better?
Yes, let's try that.
Okay. Okay. So overall, the entire tournament ran really well. Like I said, I want to see more people there,
Yeah.
especially bigger people, because the great thing about their tournament was there was such a mix of some higher level competitors, like from Revolution, aka, and then also a lot of local people. So the local people definitely got to see where they can get to, like see like if they really work, if they start training harder, traveling more, like almost where they can go, what they can become.
Awesome.
So I know some of the younger kids were like in awe of some of the competitions. I mean, Joe and Colin, they did their team sync for them, and people were just blown away by their tricks and flips. They've never seen that before. Me and Amber did team form as well, doing sync trad. They were blown away by that. And I had many people come up to us and it was like, you guys were amazing. So I want to see more people like that in all of the age groups so they don't just think, oh, well, once we're 18, we can be like that. Like we have a ton of talent. Like Michael Brume, who's what, 12 now? Really young. I don't know his age for sure,
Right.
but he's amazing for being that young. Now, like I want people like him to come to this tournament, so people like Caden Vickers and then can see, look how great we can be now, not eventually.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really great point. Kind of filling that sort of gap of high level competitors, even at that 10, 11, that 12,
Mhm.
13 range, because there are some amazing athletes out there. And I'm sure with the Rebellion team, getting more talent and coming to support Jenica's tournament, you're definitely going to see that
Mhm.
next year.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Awesome.
be back.
Yeah, that I was just gonna say, I was gonna wrap up. If you plan, if you were planning to be back, if this is something that you would go to next year or recommend for uh, other
Yeah,
people.
absolutely.
Cool. Okay. It sounds like it was a success. Congratulations on your wins.
Thank
And
you.
here's to a good, solid end to a season. What's your next tournament?
I'll be flying to Diamonds on Thursday and then go straight from Diamonds to Orlando for WKC Worlds on
All
Sunday.
right. Well, you stay busy and good luck.
I thank you very
Congratulations.
much.
Thanks for coming on.
I thank you for having me.